Tuesday.
Hey, Scoops. It is morning time for us. So we're having like a cozy episode. I've got my little matching sweatsuit on. Sarah's got this adorable New York sweatshirt that she made.
Yeah, so I went to an event last week and they had all these stickers. It was in the city and I was like, all right, we're going to do a little street sign, a little taxi, a little subway, Metro card, pretzel. I should have done pizza, but I did pretzel.
It's so stinking cute. And I'm insulted that you didn't make me one.
I know, they only let us do one.
You're like,
Sorry.
oh, my sister couldn't come. Can I?
So yeah, I'm like feeling this. I'm feeling the sweatshirts. We're having a little cozy.
Very cozy. Yeah, Sarah slept over last night. The guys are over too, so they're hanging out while we record this. And
full family, full house.
It's so much fun to have these like double date weekends. Like we can just hang out. We went to the farmers. Like it's such a good weekend. Like an ideal of perfection. And we all just get to hang out and super fun. Yeah. We also got to witness my neighbors next door. They're like party animals. Like they're older than us for sure. And I envy the amount of energy. Like it's Colin and I are in bed and it's like 9:30 and we're just like, okay, good night. And we hear
turn it up.
And they will just go until 1 a.m. perhaps
music,
later.
Driving energy.
They started before 9 a.m. today, you know?
Yeah.
And they rolled in a whole pig.
Yeah, like a whole pig. Like Andrew and Colin were like, go look at the window. Lee and I were doing something like, why? They're like,
you just want to see. You want to see.
But
you're gonna
go
look
out the window. And we were like,
we look over. They are like roasting an entire pig.
Having a party. And they just pulled out a bounce house right before we started recording.
Might just be inclined to go over there and be like, hey, can you serve me up a plate? It's really good.
This is like a ginormous pig. Like
I can't even begin to guess at how many pounds.
Combine us together.
If we were
I don't think about that, but it's giant.
She large and in charge. Yeah. I guess no longer in charge because she's at the eternal resting place. But
she's the center of the party.
Yeah. So it's, the morning and we have witnessed a lot of party happen already. And the party's just gonna go. So we're having our own continuation of party time over here with you guys.
Hanging out.
Yeah.
Some girl time. I think I started with our twins and outs last week.
Okay.
So
let me think. What's my in? Let's see.
Or if you need a second.
I had it. Oh, whoa.
She got just started with the pictures.
I try and think before because during the week I'll be like, oh, this is my in. And then of course I just completely forget my ins and outs. They're very shifty. My in this week is I'm 100% committed to this one because I have been using these nonstop. It's the LL Bean boat and totes.
Oh, classic.
I feel like everybody knows what that is for the most part, but it's like a canvas bag and then you can change the color of the stripe. That's kind of like the handle. I must have the boat and tote. And they have, extra small, medium, large, extra large. You can change the size of the handle too. I must have it in 6 different colors.
East Coast classic.
Plus, if you're on the East Coast, you see these everywhere. And you can also get the monogram, which I think is really cute.
Very cute. Maybe
you might be walking around kind of blind to them. And the minute you start paying attention, you're like, they have one, they have one, they have one, they have one, they have one. And they literally last forever. They're incombustible. I did a show last summer and they had a huge bag that they were using on the props table backstage. And I was like, that is an extremely vintage boat and tote. Oh. Must have been from the 70s. I mean, this guy was weathered, but
indestructible, really.
Indestructible. I was reading that they originally were started to carry ice back and forth onto boats and stuff.
So they'd put ice in the totes?
Yeah, because it'd be heavy and they would want to kind of preserve it and it wouldn't melt and stuff. Huh. I think.
I mean, those straps are very hefty.
I mean, you could carry some, And so I've been carrying them around. I sometimes use it as my little briefcase bag if I'm walking to campus to teach some lessons or if I'm going to the farmer's market or going to the beach, bringing a little snack along to do a picnic. But they are
multi-purpose.
They're one of my fail-proof accessories that I oftentimes have with me all the time. They're also great for carrying groceries if you get a big one.
Have you seen...
They're not going to break. Those handles are never going to break on you.
Have you seen... It's kind of like the boat and tote, but Trader Joe's now has... They look like the little boat and totes.
Yes. But I saw people were paying $1,000 on eBay to get one.
So
I don't get
read,
it.
and don't quote me on this, but I read that a lot of tourists that have come to the U.S., like I think they were talking about Japanese tourists, and I could be wrong, but that is like one of their favorite gifts to bring home. So they're like going to Trader Joe's, getting these little. I mean, I'm a city girl. I use my tote bags all the time.
They're cute. And Trader Joe's is a specifically like U.S. thing, right?
Yeah, I mean Trader Joe's is very,
Like
American.
epitome of America.
And so, but theirs are like a softer material. There's a more like cotton.
Yeah, there's a lady at my church has one. She came in and I was like, whoa.
So
look at you rocking the hot commodity.
I've seen the little ones, like they're like a mini. They're very cute.
They are super cute.
And I think they have big ones too.
The boat and totes look just like that, except they're just kind of a cream canvas.
But these Trader Joe's ones, hot commodity.
Have you gotten yourself one?
I haven't, but they do have them at the Trader Joe's, at the one I go to in New York.
I feel like they were selling out, or like people were paying that much when they were kind of selling out, and now I feel like Trader Joe's is like get the factory running, and like get these going. So now I feel like it's less of a challenge to get one. I guess I still haven't gotten one though. So
I do love that. Like the cool thing now is like, this is my grocery store bag. Yeah, it's just like. So like normal.
I kind of love that we're in like our simplification era. I feel like the U.S. as a whole, like it's like the farmers markets. Remember watching that video about like how small batch bakeries are becoming a big thing, and
people want something
like the
little...
simplicity of canvas bag, or just like it's like simple things. That it becomes like a staple. Like
simple
we're rocking those things. Yeah.
I like it. Boat and totes.
So that is my in. I'm staring at my, collection over here at the moment and already planning. I'm like, ooh, next time I need to get like a slightly larger one so I could take it to certain things in the summer.
Yeah, they're great for lugging stuff around, I will say.
Love it. I do sometimes wish they weren't so like stiff because they are like a very kind of firm material.
Yeah.
But that's how you can tote stuff around and they're not going to break. Like it has to be pretty sturdy. So yeah, that's my in.
Okay.
100%.
All right. Well, my in is this has been an in for a while. Like I feel like I should have shared about this more, but I have been loving my home workouts in New York, like at the apartment.
Mm-hmm. We'll do them together a lot too.
Yeah, and it's just like it's so expensive. I don't know why. I feel like maybe we talked about this before, but it's so expensive to pay for gym somewhere. Like in New York, like $500.
New York is unreal level
just
of
like. That's just to like be at a gym.
Or like, I remember we looked because we did a Pure Barre class together in the city because I think we got like a coupon or something. Coupon, not coupon. And in comparison, I could do a month of unlimited Pure Barre in Connecticut for I think it's like $150, $160. Okay, that's still decent.
That's not even cheap, but it's
not even cheap, but like that's what it is. In comparison, New York, it's like $800 a month, $700 a month.
The math is not mathing. Like I know that the demand is there, but I'm just like I cannot pay New York rent and New York gym membership. So, which I'm a big like home workout girl anyway. But when Lee and I were traveling before, loved our bar workouts. So I was looking for good bar videos on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I found this lady, Michelle Briehler, and I've been.
Oh my God, Michelle! If you're listening to this, you make our life. We absolutely adore you, and we talk to you while we're doing your workouts.
And we're like Michelle,
Michelle, yeah, that's hard.
But she has like such good workout videos, and I really feel like, and she has great music. So I really feel like I'm getting a gym quality like instructor workout.
It feels like you're going to a fitness class at a workout center.
Oh, she's so good. And Lee and I will do we'll be like, oh, I did this one today.
Like major
I'll send you the link so you can do the same workout. Because usually I'll wake up a little bit earlier than Lee. I'll be like, this was a good one. But yeah, we'll put her link in our show notes.
We are loyal Michelle Briehler fans. Like,
and she's like what? She's like 50.
I think, she's 50. Like, I think she just turned 50.
She's got her girl gang, and she's like, you can go heavier. Get those 12-pound weights. I'm like, yes, Michelle.
She's like, I'm taking 20s. And I was like, okay, if Michelle's doing 20, I know I cannot do 20. Like, no, she is hardcore. And if you are into, like, you really want to build some muscle, like, she's not doing any, like, 2-pound weights. I mean, every once in a while.
Sometimes she'll do bar that have light weights.
I guess that's true.
She does a really good medley of weight workouts, HIIT workouts,
a lot of compound. Like, she has and she also has, like, a rebounder series. She makes me really want to get a trampoline. Like, I really want to get a rebounder just so I can be in my backyard like,
If I had room in my apartment, I would totally get a rebounder.
Your neighbors would be like, what in the world is happening?
I did one time get to talk to the girl that lived below me because I had like never seen her, but we ended up in the elevator at the same time, and I was like, I'm sorry if you hear me like jumping around at like 6:30.
Like, I do my morning workouts.
And she was like, oh no, I don't. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I felt totally like I didn't need to hold back. Then I was like, jump.
But that's when you're not on a trampoline.
No, you're so, no, you're right.
I think if you had a trampoline, she'd be like, yeah, I hear that one.
Definitely not. So trampoline, not so much, but she has some great workouts. So Michelle Briehler is amazing. We'll drop her
you will get your sweat
YouTube in our show notes.
Oh, we love them.
She's so good. Yeah,
she's amazing.
Love it. So yeah, I've been doing good workouts at home, and that's been for a while. But I wake up, I'm like, oh, time for my workout, and she'll do like a couple new ones each week.
I also did them while I was in Mexico. I just brought my like bala bands, like my ankle weight. She does a lot of like ankle weight version ones, and they're great for traveling. Like she has a lot of no jumping ones too, high or low impact. Like
so many.
The variety is anything you want. She's got it. She's amazing.
That's my in.
Yeah.
Michelle Briehler workouts on
I
YouTube.
second that in. She's amazing.
She's great.
It's really hard to find a good like YouTube person that you're like, it's going to be a challenge. It's not just kind of like, oh, this is easy. Like it's a fine workout, but it's kind of easy.
And I like her videos are slightly, I mean, they are tailored. Like they are well choreographed and everything, but it makes you feel like you're in a class because
it's not crazy edited.
It's not crazy edited, which I kind of like.
Sometimes they're way too pristine where you're just like,
I just want to feel like I'm working out with people, and she'll have like some of her
she's
girl
so down
gang
to
in the
earth.
background,
Yeah. She has a group of other ladies in her, I think her neighborhood who come in.
I love it. No,
a variety of sizes, variety of ages.
They're good videos.
She's awesome.
So.
If you're looking for a good workout, she's definitely it.
I recommend and free at home.
Yeah, and free and at home. Woo! That's girl math for I just earned like $700 this month by not having a gym membership. Cue High School Musical jump.
All in this together. Okay, not High School Musical. Sorry, this is a detour, but I heard Hilary Duff is getting back into music. Did you hear that? She's like, I don't know if it's a new album that's coming out, or what, but people are like, yeah.
Shut Hilary the front door.
Hilary Duff, she's coming back.
Are you kidding me?
Let's go back.
Back to the beginning.
What was that? Was that when I'm coming clean?
Oh my God.
Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Let it walk.
I have a core memory. Okay, this is
Sorry,
a peak inside of my soul. I have a core memory of being in middle school, sitting in our family's van in our in our driveway, waiting. Like we had begged our dad to take us to the mall.
Really?
And he was like, okay, I'll be out there. I'm just sitting in the back seat with my Walkman.
Oh,
with
Millennial.
with that CD in the player, and I'm just sitting there staring at the window. Let the rain fall, and I'm just like, oh yeah.
So cool.
I remember telling Mom like the lyrics in this, they mean so like it's poetry. This is poetry.
She was the it girl.
Oh,
when we
dang.
were...
I'm about to go down a TikTok rabbit hole researching this.
I did not dig. I just saw that pop up a few times. I was
like,
oh
my
gosh,
God.
she is back. I'm hearing it from multiple sources. So,
Hilary Duff, we love you. You're part of the fiber of our beings.
Oh my gosh. The way that the lyrics are in my brain, when I'm like, when was the last time I listened to any of these songs? But... you know, I can't remember what I had for breakfast like 2 days ago.
I'm sure you've seen on TikTok, like they have the Lizzie McGuire little character that you can do and like narrate your life. I think that is such a cute trend too.
The Lizzie McGuire movie.
Oh, I almost watched that on my last flight. I was like, do I dip my toe in it? But I watched The Parent Trap instead.
This is
also classic.
Are made of.
Hey.
Okay, sorry. It just...
okay, a little digressing tour of
anyway. Yep. So
Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff is back. Okay, also an in. My out of the week, which is kind of usually an in for me, but my out right now is short nails. Okay, because most of the time during the year I rock short nails because I play the piano and I accompany all my voice students, and I just can't stand when it's like. You know, you can't really play the piano with long fingernails. I mean, you can manage it, but it's not ideal.
Right.
So in the summer, when everyone's on summer vacation, it's generally my like manicure era where I grow my nails out a little bit and I'll like go kind of regular and get my gel manicure. And it feels fun for like summer fashion and going to the beach. I love doing a red nail. And so, I had a gel manicure for vacation, and don't do this at home, kids. But I was very impatient and like picked it off, you know.
Oh. No. That is a big no.
I said don't do this at home. I gave the disclaimer.
Destroy your nails.
But I mean, okay, I have this this is very synthesized, but I have this gel nail polish remover, and most of the time it works, but depends on how thick the coat is. So it kind of like bubbles it off.
You might have to like file it down.
And I swear to God, I filed and used it. It just did not work. So then I just got really impatient because it looked awful. It looked like trash after that, right? Because it was just like my nails it was bright red too. Okay. So I picked it basically all off, and it destroyed my nails. So I have been on the grow out process for the past like month and a half. Now they're finally nice, and they're like at the length that I would want to get. Like, I mean, because they're a little bit longer. I feel like if you're going to get a gel manicure, you want it to be a little bit longer. Personal preference. Personal preference. If my nails are going to be short, I'm just like, I don't need them painted.
No, I have to disagree because it's so funny that we have a difference of opinion because my pet peeve is long nails. I think it's like a sensory thing. Like some people really don't like it. Or I had a friend who was like, I feel like my fingers can't breathe. She's like, I feel like she's also a pianist, so ultra sensitive, but she's just like, I can't do nail polish because I feel like I can't really feel my fingers. Okay. Yeah, I feel like as a pianist she'd be like hyper tuned into like, what are my fingers feeling?
Well, as a singer it's like, oh, maybe I haven't had enough water today.
Yeah, you're like,
is there a draft? Is there a draft? So but she's sensitive with her fingers, but
see, I love a short gel manicure. For me, I think it's that I cook. I mean, you cook a lot too, but for me, all I can do is think about like if I'm touching ingredients that like they're gonna get under my nails. Because for me, the pet peeve is more,
you do have to clean under your nails.
The pet peeve is more like having dirty nails, and so if I just have short nails, it eliminates.
I get
so
that.
Like your long nails look beautiful, and I love seeing people with like long manicures that are all fancy. But for me,
so it's just not manageable.
If I can like the second I can start seeing like the white, I'm like gotta trim them down.
Yeah. I understand, but there's something so satisfying like when you get the gel. Also, your nails feel like
indestructible.
Indestructible. I'm just like, get this little dagger right here. I'm ripping open my Amazon packages, like right, like they will not tear. Like they're so strong. Actually, the at the nail salon, they're like, a good way if your nails are weak is to do the gel, but then go there to get them taken off.
Yeah, right.
Don't do what I did.
Or should destroy them.
Practice your patience. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean,
so my usual out. No, my usual in is my out because it's a nail season. People like.
You'll get your nice nail. Well,
for a couple months, I get to rock the manicure. So
I'm
trying to plan.
Nails.
I had one nail. This is always what happens. I go and there's like one nail that's shorter because it's like broken or something. And she's like, oh, what happened here? Like, do we want to match them to this length? And I'm just like, no, match the length of the other ones. And this one can just be like the gimpy one because
I feel like I'm really hard on my hands too. So I will pay for a pedicure because a pedicure makes me feel like so pampered. But for me getting a manicure, I feel like I chip them so quick. Even if I get gel, like I feel like they don't last as long as I'm hoping.
You're not getting you're not going to the right places.
But then again, I'm like, I just don't care enough. Like you said, I just do like a simple coat, but I love seeing the fancy nails.
They're so nice.
It's just not my journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not my journey.
Well, what's your out?
I feel like both of my outs are like kind of New York living-ish, but I know my legs are falling asleep too. All tucked up here. My out is okay. So I don't know why this is. I mean, I guess it's New York, but I'm a big ice cream girl.
Samesies.
For those of you that don't know, Lee and I worked at Cold Stone for 2 years.
We were scoopers,
and we ate ice cream like every day for those 2 years.
Like, was it chop,
fold,
chop, chop,
fold.
We probably ate our body weight in ice cream every year.
It was so good. No, but getting there in the morning, making the ice cream fresh out of that machine and getting a spoon of that cake batter ice cream when it was like whippy light out of the machine. Just
that is what dreams are made of. We also were cake girls, so we would build the ice cream cakes and do like all the decorations.
Which was also really fun.
It was ideally a really fun summer job.
It was a great job.
I mean, yeah. All the ice cream.
But on that, so I'm always like, and when we were in Grand Rapids, when we lived in Grand Rapids, we lived on the same block as an ice cream store.
Oh my God, Frosty Boy. May you live in our memories forever.
So
amazing nitro coffee
shake.
Yeah.
But now in New York, I'm like, okay, like we've got some corner ice cream shops. Like, let's go check them out. For like a soft serve, they're charging like $7-8, and I'm used to like a $2.50.
I mean, from like a corner. I mean, it's not like that's some gourmet.
No.
Ice cream. It's just gonna. It's like it's gonna fill the need.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not like we spent 10 years perfecting our formula,
I mean,
right? It's like.
No, someone told
it's
me.
It's like DQ, right? Like, it's good, but it's not.
Yeah, and someone
artisanal.
Told me they're like, you should just go to Chick-fil-A and like get their ice cream at their soft serve. I was like, that's actually smart. Just get a little cone.
Or like Wendy's. You know what I mean? Like those cones.
Wendy's by us.
But like same difference, right? It's like, okay.
Yeah. So, but I've just been on the hunt for like a good ice cream place that's close to us that is not like, I just want like a $5. I don't want to go above $5. I know you guys are like, okay, why'd you move to New York if you're going to complain about the prices? Like, I get it. But
no,
I'm the girl that's up for a challenge. I'm like, surely we can find a place because there are.
You're gonna upcharge me on my gym membership, my rent, and now my ice cream.
I'm like, surely.
That hits at a personal level here.
Personal level.
Like I feel called out and attacked.
So the prices of ice cream out anywhere, like you're gonna spend like $7-8, and for me,
for like a gelato. Remember we went to that place and it was like $9. We're like, dude, you want to split one? Because those are
a lot for gelato. So what I've been doing is going to the store and buying like the fancy pints.
That's the way to do it. I'm not joking.
And then so like even though like Michigan brain, I'm like, why would I do that? Like I'm just gonna go to the corner store and like get a nice lemon soft serve from Frosty Boy. But now I'm like, this is cheaper than going out for an ice cream.
Well, because from that pint you get at least 4 servings.
Yeah, I think so, or at least 3.
Yeah,
and then if I just get cones. I'm someone that I like need my ice cream in a cone in order for it to feel like a treat.
Me too.
I don't know what it is. I just need it in a cone.
You like enjoy it slower too.
What is it about ice cream in a cone that makes it like so much better than in dish?
Yeah, I will never just ask for ice cream in a cup.
No. And usually when you go to an ice cream store, you know, if you can get a sugar cone for free or a cake cone. I'm a sugar cone.
Me too.
Sugar cone.
The cake cones are just like too puffy somehow.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm eating like a styrofoam.
Yeah. But so I've been getting the fancy pints at the store, and it's been satisfying. It's been doing the job.
They're really good.
So that's where we're at. And then whenever I come visit Leah,
oh my God,
she's got her great ice cream.
We already are going there tonight. We have it planned out. Ashley's in Connecticut area. They have a couple different locations, but they don't use any artificial colorings, flavors. I mean, there's one on Yale's campus. There's one, the different cities and stuff, but they are so good. And they do like special flavors every day.
But I don't know why every time I go, sweet cream
with rainbow sprinkles.
Why does that hit?
Because I swear though, like if you can master your basic sweet cream or vanilla, like if a store does a really good job at that base, then they can do no wrong, because pretty much everything is either a chocolate or vanilla base, right? So if you have that good base, everything else is going to be elevated.
And I'm a vanilla base girl.
They have one that is a raspberry lemon pie.
I know they
I'll say it again.
do.
Raspberry lemon pie. It is so freaking good.
They do their specialty flavors.
And it's like, and sometimes you get ice cream and it's like loaded Oreo, and there's like one Oreo. I'm like, did you just barely think of an Oreo?
Not loaded.
Like
what is
like
this?
I want it jam packed, and they'll just take whole things of like cake and just
like
shove it in there. It's like a Blizzard level.
Yeah, where you're like
they
there was
load
like a whole 2-inch pice of crust.
And so we always go and get the kid size.
Yes.
Which is like
huge. Under $4.
It's huge.
And it so luckily I can come visit you, get some good ice cream. But yeah, the New York ice cream prices, like it's just one of those things, like just one of those New York things that is like
extravagances.
Why are we, or maybe that's just in Manhattan. I don't think so. I've been in Brooklyn and Queens and it's still been like,
anywhere in the general Manhattan area is going to be expensive. Maybe if you're upstate.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Like Syracuse, they're probably not charging you like crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm talking in the city, definitely. But yeah. So,
well, we're about to enter ice cream season. I know. Ice cream season is year long for me, but
I have to like temper myself, hold it back. There is a place really close to us that does, I think it's like little $2.50 maybe or $3 like Italian ices. They do like little chocolate or vanilla, like Italian ices that's kind of like a dairy.
I've never had a chocolate Italian.
Yeah, it's like a dairy based one, and so that will.
I've never heard
like
of that.
Quench my need if I'm like I want to go out somewhere and get a little ice cream.
Okay.
It's cheap.
Okay.
It is like a big Dixie cup kind of size that they give you, so it's not like huge, but
I gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, we're about to get our ice cream needs met
Maybe
tonight.
we should have a food podcast, because every time we talk about food, we're like, let me talk about this. For like
if there are two things we could talk about for forever, it would probably be fashion and food. Probably food even more than fashion. Like we're such huge foodies, and if you guys already know, watching our Instagram and TikTok content, we're always looking for the best pastries, the best coffee. Anywhere we go, I mean, life is basically to eat good food.
I mean, yeah, what's the point of living if you're not eating good food?
And we get to share it because we're twins. Hey!
This week we're going to kick off with a little twin take about some current events. So we're going to kick it off with a twin take, which so things we've been like hearing and what our thoughts are. So okay, so I saw someone comment on one of our millennial makeovers. And they said, I 100% prefer millennial fashion to today's styles because current trends are so minimalist and boring. What happened to fashion being fun? So what's your take on that?
Okay, I think my twin take on that is that just because you're leaning into, like, I do think right now current trends are slightly more minimalistic and working with like basics,
solid
basics, but I think that lends itself to, you know, you have great solids that you can mix and match, focus on shape and whether, you know, what structure you like the most, and then you get to show your personality through accessories.
That's what I love too.
Like, oh my gosh, if you love yellow or you love seashells or whatever, you know, like get some really funky artistic earrings, or maybe you really bling it up with some rings, or you get a cool belt.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you have your boat and tote that's has your monogram with like a cute little pet. Like, it's the accessories then. So you have all these basics that you can, you know, make limitless amounts of outfits with. But then the accessories are where you really get to show your style. Like, you don't have to have a different top every single time. Like, oh, this one is like this, and then this one. Like, you have more versatility within that basicness. Also, I think when people think basics, they think white, black, beige. Okay.
But you can have some solid color. It can be bright colors, but they can be solid, like colorful basics.
Like, I've been loving reds and yellows and kind of like vibrant blue, which is really popular this season. And I think like you can have basics that are colored. No one says a basic has to be white or black or beige.
I think a lot of this is because it's a swing back from where everything was so overdone, like maybe more like in our like 2015, 2010, where it was like accessories and like bright pants and like different shoes and everything. And now people, and even currently, trends, the cycle of trends and how long they're in style has been shortening and shortening, where it's basically impossible to keep up.
It's like it changes every week.
It changes all the time.
You're like, I thought it was pointed toe, now it's square toe, and then it's round. Like, what are we doing?
So I definitely think that some of the like basics, or we're seeing some more of these like timeless classics being trending, quote unquote, is because people are tired of trying to figure it out. And they're like, well, I'm just going to go with these classics. And then, like you said, you can mix them up with different accessories. And that's how you keep the pieces feeling young, which is truly what we've seen when we've gone to Europe too.
Yes.
You're like, why is her black dress so chic? What is making this girl look so good?
We're like, oh my God, you see her outfit?
And then you analyze it and you're like, she's got this really fun gold sneaker and like these really unique twisted earrings. And it's like, she can make this black dress look a different way 10 times just by adding different accessories.
Exactly. I mean, even just if it's like, if you could choose a necklace and a shoe or a bag and a shoe to kind of change up an outfit, and this is, I mean, the majority of our millennial makeovers do this too, where, you know, even if it's like, okay, this dress isn't super trendy, you know, maybe it's the cut or something like that, you could still wear the dress, update the accessories, and you're 90% of the way there.
Yeah,
you're 85% of the way there.
We do makeovers where it's just changing the accessories.
Yes.
And it really is crazy how much accessories can change an outfit or elevate just like a simple tank
and also like
shorts.
I think too right now, like with inflation and, you know, people are scared of spending too much money. We're trying to be more like conscious of budget and where we're spending excess, that investing in like a really good sweater and a great pair of jeans, and then where you can spend, you know, $20 here or there or $50 or whatever is on the accessories. So then you're not like, oh gosh, I only have, right? Because, okay, if you had one of those in like, you know, very personality filled tops, it's like, this is the outfit. This top can only go with this one pair of pants. I can only wear it this way and this way. And then you have to buy a different top. Then you're like, I only have 2 outfits I can never wear. Now it's like you have one sweater, 10 outfits.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like every outfit is just like, oh, here's a solid color, whatever. But we are seeing a lot of those just classic pieces, and also a lot of pushback of people wanting natural fibers, which I love.
But I want linen. Let the heavens open on that one. I want cotton. I want linen.
I want cashmere,
leather, right? Like, and one of the things that we do if we're shopping on Amazon,
better for the environment,
better for Amazon, or better for Amazon, better for the environment. But one thing we do when we shop on Amazon too is we hunt for natural fibers. Like if you search cotton blouse, like go for the material. If it says polyester, like next, because there's going to be another seller that's doing it in actually a natural fiber.
It's so interesting. You can find 4 different sellers that have the same top, and one will be cotton, all the other ones will be polyester. Like you have to dig, which is why we do the work for everybody else, right?
Because a lot of frogs.
We kiss a lot of frogs.
A lot of Amazon frogs.
Yeah. But that is interesting. Like I don't necessarily think that current trends are boring. I think they're leaning more towards timeless
versatility,
because people, I like living in New York, I have a small closet. Like I love mixing in some trendy pieces, but it's so nice to have a classics wardrobe where all you got to do is mix in some different accessories and then you've got different outfits.
And also I think you know, to go off of that pieces that you mix and match, that we are seeing that ever, like sets, right? Sets of like a top and bottom. But then you could also pair things that you already have. Like you probably already have a t-shirt, a button down, a tank top that you could also wear with the skirt. You could wear the skirt with the matching set top, but then you could also wear that top with your favorite pair of jeans, your, you know, maybe a skirt as well, you know, apart from the set. And then it's like you have a capsule wardrobe with just 2 or 3 sets.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think not so much boring, but it's a little bit more timeless. And I think people would rather right now, to get their money to stretch as far as they can, they'd rather be on the more timeless side of things than on the, oh, I'm following every trend.
Exactly.
And I mean, if you're trying, the trends are classics, you know, like the trends are leaning towards those classic pieces.
Yeah. And I think what I personally do too, if there's a trend that I really want to try, but I'm kind of unconvinced that it's going to last a long time, is I'll just go for the more budget friendly option. Like think Old Navy, think Gap, you know, maybe go to Amazon.
As opposed to like breaking the bank for that like trend piece.
You know, if we're talking, you really want a nice sweater, go get the cashmere sweater, go get the cotton sweater, maybe spend a little bit more because you know it's going to last you years. If you're unconvinced that barrel jeans are around to stay, go to Old Navy and get the $30 pair of barrel jeans, wear it for a year, maybe 2, or wear it for the season and see if you like it. Like you can try trends on a budget or go thrift.
Store.
Go thrift, right? If you're like, I really want a tie sleeve tank top, okay, go thrift and go see if you can find one.
Go hunt. It's so
spend
fun.
the $5. Yeah, spend the $5, and then you know if that trend is around to stay, then maybe you can invest in one that you're like, okay, I really want this to be in a natural fiber, and blah 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 blah.
Exactly. That's an interesting one. So our take is, we disagree.
Yeah, that you can be fun and playful within kind of more classic pieces.
All right, well, let's dive into our questions of the week. Yes. Again, if you want to be featured, send us a DM to the Inside Scoop podcast on Instagram, or you can send us an email if you want to be really anonymous, very inconspicuous. But
yes, yeah. We're never gonna spill your details.
Never share who sends us our questions.
But that being said, our first DM says, "Hi, hey,
hello,
how you doing? You two recently read a situation about a girl not liking her sister's boyfriend. But what about not liking your boyfriend's sister?
Oh.
Turn it around, baby. My boyfriend has an older sister who gives me the cold shoulder at family gatherings. Rude. We've been together almost 3 years. Okay, girl, get used to it at this point.
Get used to the sister being mean to her?
No. I'm saying the sister better get used to you being around. It's been 3 years, girl. I'm not going anywhere. We're for lifers. We've been together almost 3 years, but she never makes an effort to talk to me or invite me to hang out, even though we live pretty close. She's his only sibling, and I would really like to have a good relationship, but I'm not sure if it's too late.
Oh, wow. That's tricky. So, okay, they said she lives close, right?
She lives close. They've been together for 3 years, and it's his only sibling.
Older sister.
She probably is pretty protective.
Maybe she's
of your boyfriend.
I wonder like what the age gap is.
Me too.
Is she feeling like a little mama bear protectiveness? Is she
or maybe
like,
she's feeling insecure. She's like, oh, I'm older.
Yeah, I wonder if she has even a relationship.
Yeah, I
like,
don't know.
What if she doesn't have a partner and she's like, my younger
a little
brother,
insecurities
are
showing.
dating someone for 3 years and I'm not with anybody. That could be.
Also, my question too is, depending on someone's personality, like I feel like they can appear to be giving the cold shoulder when it's really just sort of like, maybe she feels like she doesn't want to overstep and push herself into your business because she's like, oh, well, you're dating my brother. I don't want to seem too pushy. Or maybe she's a little on the shyer side and doesn't feel like...
comes across as like snubby, but she's just like being shy.
Yeah. Like, have you taken the initiative? I'm like, I want to read back and see if... Did she say anything about...
Yeah, did she say?
She just said she never makes an effort to talk to me or invite me to hang out.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
What about you aggressive friend?
Let's
your
say,
boyfriend's sister.
Let's say the sister's name is Ashley. And we're like, you're gonna get her number. You might have her number. If not,
you're steal from her boyfriend's
phone. You're
phone.
gonna text boyfriend. Hey Ashley, like I'm having some girls over. Like you want to come? Like. Totally. Or hey Ashley, like want to grab a coffee? Like I'd love to treat you to a coffee. Try and if you want to be friends, you might have to do a little buttering to
but like make it seem not like you're trying to teacher's pet it up.
Right. So maybe you drop her like a message like, hey, if there's anything, I know you said you're not really good friends with her.
Is there something that you could be like, oh, I just saw this and it really made me think of you?
Yeah. Or if there's a TV show she really likes, like my sister-in-law loves The Bachelor, and I could be like, oh, saw this, the new season's coming out, like what do you think? Open and
then be like, hey, actually, like I'm about to start watching The Bachelor, want to come over? Or like, hey, tomorrow want to come over and watch The Bachelor?
Like even if you have to kind of push yourself, you're like, I don't really care about whatever. Maybe if you want to break those
or even be like whatever your boyfriend, just be like, oh, he's hanging out with the guys tonight. Like I'd love some company. Want to come over? Like I'm gonna bake up some cookies.
So like get the conversation channels flowing. Get her number.
Like don't wait for her to make the move.
Yeah, you might
because she really might be like, I don't want to seem like I'm inserting myself in their relationship.
If you've fallen into the pattern of like, we don't really like girl chat for 3 years,
it's hard to break that cycle.
If you just sit around waiting for someone else to break the cycle, you're probably going to be waiting for forever.
Yeah.
So what episode was it where we talked about aggressive friending?
I think it was like too bad, but that's what I'm saying is like aggressive friend her in like the best way, like make her feel like you really care about her opinion, that you really care about, especially as an older sister,
Yeah.
Or ask her for advice.
A great idea. Hey, I'm going to a party as an older sister or as like...
And maybe you don't have older siblings or whatever and be like, I really could use some advice. Like, what do you think?
Ooh, that's a good idea. Make her
nobody feels more important than when you ask for their opinion or advice.
I really need your advice.
Like, I feel like you're so good at this. Like, you always look so put together. Or like, oh, you always bring the best food to the family gatherings. Like, could you recommend me bringing something,
Yeah. That's a great one. What about if she does have a significant other or partner, you guys could do a little double date because then you wouldn't feel so awkward, like one-on-one. That could be a good.
And your brother can, also tie. Obviously they have a relationship too.
Yeah.
I love that.
That could be good.
Yeah.
And then if for whatever reason, I guess you could even talk to your boyfriend and be like, hey, does I don't know why Ashley doesn't always.
Does she ever say anything about me? Like, does she like me? I feel like I'm kind of insecure.
Knowing guys, she'd probably be like, yeah, she thinks you're fine. Like, what? Does she? Guys are like really oblivious to those things.
Why not? Yeah, you've known her for 3 years. Of course she's fine with you. You're like,
why wouldn't
you're
she
like,
be?
babe, there's a difference between knowing me and liking me.
But did you see the way that she looked at me? And he'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
She looked at me the other day and I could tell she was judging.
She totally side-eyed me. That's such a girl thing to like pick apart every.
I know. We're like,
guys are like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're like, oh, you didn't see that look? Oh, come on, there was totally a look. But maybe, yeah, you could talk to your boyfriend. Maybe figure out like some things about her if you don't know. And then at least then you've gone out of your way to try.
And also, I mean, if you keep putting yourself forward and aggressive friending and putting out the offer and she still seems very cold, I mean, we keep on saying this, that so many things in life could be solved from just like a vulnerable, honest conversation.
Yeah.
Like I also don't think there's anything wrong with maybe the next, after, like, don't do this right now. But after you've been, attempting, and if she's still being pretty cold, still being very cold, doesn't say yes to anything, like give it a while to try. I think next family gathering, be like, Ashley, do you mind if I talk to you for a second? Like, what? Grab a drink. Let's go out on the porch or whatever.
So Bachelor, can we go talk?
I'd like to talk to you. But you know what I mean? Just be like, I just wanted to say, like, I love being part of your family, and I honestly would love for us to be better friends.
Yeah, like,
I feel like I've really been trying to reach out to you to kind of offer like a branch, right? Mm-hmm. And please, like, is there something I can do to make this more amiable, or like, can we find a time that we could just get lunch together? Time. Like I'd really like to get to know you on a better level.
I like the way that you're using because
don't be like, girl, why you haven't been accepting my branches of offerings of friendship?
Because I read
because people be like,
I read that if you go into a situation where you want someone to don't use you. Like, why don't you like me? You make me feel, where you want to keep it all you, because really the feelings you're feeling are from your perspective.
And it doesn't seem like you're imposing things on her. She's like, well, that's not how I feel at all. Exactly. But you're like, why are you blah blah you
exactly.
Like I really appreciate being part of your family. I would love for us to work on building a relationship.
Yeah.
And I would love to get to know you better. You're so cool. Like, I know I haven't been out with this very often, but I really do I really like you. I think you're great. I love your brother, and I want us to get to know each other better too.
Yeah. This is so Bachelor.
I don't even watch Bachelor, but you're right. It's just like, girl, what's going on? I hear you've been talking about me behind my back.
Yeah.
Like,
I heard you were telling Joey that I said this, and that's like,
that just really hurts my feelings. Whenever we watch Bachelor or Bachelorette, I always jump in when, like, if ever I'm together with Sarah and it's like season finale or the end, I'm like, who's this girl? Who's this girl? Who's this girl?
You need to watch the last 2 episodes.
I'm like, blonde girl with the curls. Don't really like her. Oh yes, dark curly over here. She's kind of iffy. I have no idea who anybody is, but I'm just like, jump into the drama.
Yeah, jump into the drama. And it is hard to like break the barriers with people,
especially after 3 years.
But we're gonna put ourselves out there. You're gonna be besties with Ashley.
And worst case scenario, you don't have to be best friends with her to have a good relationship with your boyfriend. But ideally, you can work on building relationships.
Yeah. Especially if you
I totally think that's possible for you.
Yeah,
for you both. I mean, she's about to have a great bestie too. Come on,
you go.
I'm feeling it, no stopping it.
Okay, question number 2. Have you two ever pulled a parent trap and switched places with each other? If so,
woo! You bet we have.
If so, we need to hear if you're able to fool people.
Besides our husbands every day, I'm actually Sarah.
I think we did mention that if we're turned around, our husbands are like, which one's which? Like, they're like,
don't do it like that. That seems like
don't approach
and go reach.
No, don't approach from behind until we know which twins.
No little love squeezes or anything from behind until you know who's actually filling the dishwasher.
Hey, babe. Oh,
right. That's all I'm saying. No,
we have pulled a switch.
We have pulled a switch. I'm trying to think. Well, okay, in high school,
that's that one time.
This was like the first switch that as a kids we didn't really.
We had a very small class.
So it was like, we had like 15, 18 kids in our class. We went to a very small private school growing up.
One time as little kids, we went to the bathroom at the grocery store and like switched dresses. And then we came back out and mom was like,
why did you change clothes?
She's like, why are you wearing that? You were not like, we could never.
We don't fool our parents.
I think that happened.
Every once in a while they'll be like, Sarah, Leah,
I think that happened once.
But in high school,
that was probably our biggest
switcheroo. It was freshman year. This was before I had a short pixie cut that we posted a couple weeks ago.
No, this was before you got your haircut.
That's what I'm saying. Before I made the big like pixie cut move,
and then it was easy for.
We had the same. This was freshman year. We had the same hair, generally same style. Mm-hmm. We switched for
April Fool's Day, wasn't it?
April Fool's Day. You were in my math class, and I went to your history class.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had to be fun. We were like, we've never really committed to this.
We were
so
such
like,
goody two shoes. We were like,
I know. We're like, teacher. Think Hermione Granger. That was us. We were just like goody two shoes.
We did switch,
and I will say nobody knew.
No, okay. They had their suspicions because
not in my class. Your history class, not a single soul was like, Sarah. They were just like, hey, Sarah, what's up?
I went to your math class, and Leah didn't tell me that they'd switched seats.
I didn't know they switched seats.
Were you like not there? Because they're
like, oh, new seating assignment.
No, they said they had switched seats like 2 days ago, and then they were like, you don't remember where your new seat was?
I never got that.
It's still up for debate however many years later.
Sarah thinks I set her up for failure. Like 10 years ago, 12, 15 years ago, however long ago, 15 years ago.
I'm in Leah's math class.
And she's still like,
thanks, Leah, for not telling me.
You told me that we changed seats.
Sitting there. And then the teacher's like, okay, who knows the answer to this math question? And I'm like, I'm not raising my hand and like putting myself
not trying to get in the limelight.
But
here.
because I didn't, the math teacher was like, thought there was something weird.
Because I'm always like, teacher.
But I just was like, oh, this is not my class. Like, I'm not going to be volunteering. And so he kept kind of like looking in my direction. I was like, don't look at me, especially after I didn't know where to sit. And then I feel like you told him like the next day or something, where he was like,
I think the class, they said something and I was like, oh, that was like April Fool's, my sister. And they were fine with it.
But
like
that was not
cared.
When I was there though.
No.
But like maybe the next day.
Yeah. So, that was our uneventful, relatively uneventful switch.
We had, because most of our classes were together because we just how our schedule laid out.
We had like an AP, lit class together. We had choir class together. I think we had a science class. We really didn't have that many different classes.
I remember that day we had
Spanish.
We switched seats, but like the teacher's not going to like.
They don't care.
No.
Like your two twins present. Okay, great.
But besides that,
we did. Okay, so we did switch when you were teaching.
That's what
I think this one's better. I think.
This was my favorite. So teaching middle school, Leah came into my classroom one day
from Connecticut.
I don't know why you were in my class. You were just in town. And I told Leah, okay, I'm going to hide in my office. I'm going to hide.
Mm-hmm.
You stand by the door as all the students are coming in and you just act like me. Like
pretend like you're taking roll.
Yeah. So I'm hiding in my office. And, Leah's, welcome students, welcome. Yeah, we'll get to that in a
I don't know a
second.
single one of these students.
No.
I don't know. Some people are coming up to me like, oh, I brought the field trip money. I'm like, please just leave it on my desk. Like, I'm quite busy right now, just try.
And
to
so
like hide the things that I don't know. They're like, oh, miss, can you blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, please, like, go take your seat.
And so I remember I was like,
nobody knew.
Just start class. Because we're both music people. So it was like, okay, you know how to like, wrangle kids. So
we both got music degrees. So I know how to like start a choir class.
So I was like, all right,
warm up,
start the class. And these were my sixth graders. So they had never met Leah. And they knew I was a twin, but they just weren't, expecting to be there. So she starts class. She's like, all right, like, here we go today. And then I walk out. And this is still one of my favorite teaching moments. The silence in that room. It was like, with sixth graders, there's always a little like in the
undercurrent of noise.
And when I walked out and stood next to Leah, it was like pin drop.
It was like brains were exploding.
And then it was, and they
totally lost it
out. Which then I just knew, okay, we're not. It's just going to be a crazy class after this, but it was so worth it to see their faces.
It was so funny.
And one of them even mentioned it, like their last year. They're like, remember when your twin came in? That was so cool. I was like,
we blew their minds. Like it also, I was like, okay, these kids are totally going to tell that I'm not like their usual teacher. Nope. Zero clue. Like, not a single person knew.
It was so, that was probably our best switch.
Oh, that was great. I forgot about that.
But I could only do it for one class because then
they're going to tell their friends.
Everybody.
You know they're going to tell their friends.
Because then when the next class came, they're like,
but that was really so funny. You popping out of the closet and they're just like, what?
That was one for the books. That was probably our best.
Oh,
switch.
that was great. It's funny because I think people think as kids you're going to make a swap, but as adults, no one's thinking you're an adult and you have a twin. There's someone who's walking around looking like you. Like, especially if we're walking around in New York or something together, which is pretty frequent actually. Like, we'll get people just, are you twins? Are you twins? We had a guy in the subway go, like, he was just staring back and forth. He's like, are you twins? And we're like, yeah. He's like, weird.
We're like,
he's like, you look, wow, you look alike. And we're like, yeah, buddy, that's what it's like being identical twins.
We weren't even dressed the same.
But he was just like a science experiment. Like,
how is this math?
Whoa. I'm like, yeah, there are people in the world who are twins. Hey,
welcome to the world.
But I just thought that was definitely our best one to date.
Switch.
Oh yeah.
All right, last question of the day.
Last question. All right. I just got caught up with the pod, and OMG, I absolutely love you too. Yay! Thanks for listening. Wondering if you could bring this up for discussion on the pod. I am turning 30 in September. Oh my God, what a great birthday. And also starting a grad program in healthcare administration. Oh, you must be so smart. I am formerly a teacher, and I'm wondering if you have any advice for a married millennial soon to turn 30, navigating grad school / career change, all while not having a midlife crisis. Love you guys. Sending lots of love from Milwaukee. Midwest. Wee. So yeah, advice for a married millennial while navigating grad school, career change, all that craziness while not losing your mind.
That sounds like what most 30-year-olds are going through. Like, you just feel when you're 30, I should have everything put together, but we're all dealing with how job culture is now. It's like, I'm starting a new job and like maybe have a partner and maybe I have a kid and like maybe we're moving. And it just seems like in the early 30s, when you're in your 20s, you're like, don't worry, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to have it all figured out. But then 30 hits or you're almost 30 and you're like, oh, I should have my life like all together. I should be speaking 3 languages and I should have a house and I should be like.
We build up this huge, like,
especially women, I feel
time marker of by the time I'm 30, that like I will have everything figured out. I should blah, 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 fill in the blank. And the truth is, as you go through life, I'm so convinced when you're 50, you're going to be like, wow, I'm 50. I should blah, blah, blah. It's your first rodeo. It's only ever going to be your first rodeo. And I don't think you're ever going to know what you're doing. I don't think you're ever going to have all the answers. You're never going to feel like I fully have my life in order. Yeah. Like I have no qualms. I feel totally great. Like I feel like that's like a figment of our imaginations.
Have you seen the trend where it's like I wake up, I'm 80, but one day I wake up in my 30-year-old body.
That makes me cry.
It's like one day I wake up in my 30-year-old body. And it's like you realize when you think about it from that perspective, like 80-year-old suddenly pushed back into their 30-year-old body. Just think about, that's like 50 more years after you turn 30. That is so much more life to live. Like when you're 80 and you think back to when you're 30, you're like, I was a little baby, you know, like
yeah. And you're like, I didn't need to have everything figured out.
It's
all
young.
perspective. It's all perspective.
So that could help you think about this. If you were to think back about this time of your life, when you're 80,
like if you put it in perspective, like you could say, I'm 80 and looking back at my 30-year-old self, I'm
finishing a degree,
I'm finishing a degree. I'm married to my best friend. Maybe at that time you're 80. Who knows what your situation is? But at this point in your life, I'm looking back. I'm married to my best friend. We have an amazing life. I'm just about to turn 30. My body is healthy. I'm starting an exciting career change. I just got into a great grad school. We're undertaking this adventure together. Like,
what a time to be alive.
Heck, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Right? As opposed to like, oh my God, I'm about to turn 30 and I don't have anything figured out. Like,
Right.
As Colin would say, zoom out.
Zoom out.
Zoom out. What she usually says to me when I'm like, ha, ha, ha. He's like, babe, zoom out. You seem very zoomed in at the moment. I'm like, I'm not zoomed in. I'm like, oh, yeah. But put everything into perspective. Like, you've accomplished so much already just getting to this point.
And you're not even 30. You've accomplished so much.
Yeah. I think, now if we're talking about what you can do in the very moment, like logistic wise, and we have a friend who just finished her specialization fellowship, that like she's gone through so much school with her partner along with her, right? She's 31, she's our same age, and she's gone through all of these challenges. And what they did a lot was work on communication of like, you're going to be busy. You're going to be busy. And so it was like figuring out meal plans, or like, oh, what days am I busy? How can your partner help support the days that you're super busy?
Help keeping the everyday activities organized
because
to
I think
avoid some of the
that's
chaos.
what feels stressful, right? Is like some of the chaos is just like those little things.
Mm-hmm.
How can the people in your support system help you with those little things to keep things feel less stressful? Because you're going to be dealing with going to class every day and projects
Did they
and
say
homework.
they just graduated, or that they were...
I thought they said they were just starting. Maybe I read that wrong. Navigating grad school / career
navigating
change.
grad school. Okay, so maybe
Also
both
starting a grad program in healthcare administration.
Starting the grad program.
So you're starting a new career by going to grad school.
Right. Former teacher. They said former teacher.
Oh yeah.
So that's a lot of changes, but when we said
Oh my
like,
God, that's so exciting though.
when you think about it from the 80-year-old you perspective, what a time to be alive. You're going through all these exciting new journeys are just starting, and there's so much.
You're doing this for you too, to have such like, you've done part of a career and you're like, you know what, for me,
You lived a chapter, time to for a new chapter.
you're in a new era.
New era.
Like, it's going to be so exciting. Really exciting. I mean, when I think back on grad school, it was so stressful, but also I'm like, I wish I could go back and do it again, because it's so beautiful to like not be doing, like, it's not like you're doing summer grad school, right? Like, you are there
Be a student again.
and to be a student again, to learn again. Say yes to all the things you can say yes to, because you're immersed in this experience for 2 years, 3 years, maybe, depending on the degree. And then it doesn't come around again, really. So really think of it as, I think, change that perspective of the excitement versus the stressful.
All perspective, right? Like we were saying.
And, it's like, oh, by the time I'm 30, I should have everything figured out. I had a life coach tell me, okay, what if you replaced all the shoulds with want? I want. So instead of saying, I'm 30, I should have this all figured out, be like, I'm 30, I want to invest in my career. I'm 30, I want to find something that drives me from the inside out.
I like that.
I want to really devote myself to growing my relationship with my husband or my partner. I want to cook healthy meals while I am going through this process. I want to make new friends. Like, instead of I should have, like, take that intensity and instead make it an active thing. And I think that about that all the time. Anytime I say should, I'm like, but do I want, like, do I feel the need to? Do I actually, like, who is putting that stress on me? Other people or me?
And I truly think, as like a closing point, I truly think that some of these scariest things, the things that make us most anxious about the unknown, is just we haven't experienced it yet. And part of you is just thinking of all the potential things that could happen when you start grad school, and this is going to be so stressful and whatever. But what if you start it and it's not stressful and you're having a great time?
What if you think about all the good things instead of all the, like, what do they call that? Doom, or what do they call that when you catastrophizing? Like, instead of going and be like, it's going to be stressful, it's going to be overwhelming, how do I not have a midlife crisis? Like, how could you instead say, like, the exciting parts of it? Like, I'm going to go and it's going to be amazing. I'm going to make so many new friends. Like, make it that you already know all the good stuff.
And don't stress about things that haven't happened yet. Take them on once they happen.
What's your favorite quote?
Give thanks for blessings that are already on the way.
Sorry, the other one. What is
what's meant for you shall come to you. My two tea fortunes.
They're like the Yogi tea fortunes.
I love those.
I love the Yogi tea fortunes, and I pick like a couple that I love, and I put them in the back of my phone case.
I love that. That's so cute.
So the one I have right now is the forefront. I'll change them out every once in a while, but it's accept who you are in this moment, but acknowledge who you want to become.
Oh, that's perfect to end. That's perfect for the situation. This
to make me cry. I think about it all the time. Love it.
And on that note, thanks for listening to this week's episode.
We love you, Scoops.
And if you want to be featured on next week's episode, make sure to send us a DM on the Inside Scoop podcast, or you can send us an email. And we cannot wait to share some of the things that you're going through on our podcast, all anonymous.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.